When I be having conversations with people, man, that's one of the main things I tell people is to get out their own way. Because, that's a mindset that people adopt. You know what I mean? I have to let people know all the time, man, everybody is not out to get you. And see, that mindset and that type of thinking comes from past experiences, people letting people down, people hating on people, you allowing other people to persuade you from the things that you done convinced yourself that you really want to do. And then in other cases, it comes from us making promises to ourselves, us setting goals, us putting in all this effort and all this time to make something happen, and things don't work in our favor. So we be thinking people trying to sabotage us, people out to get us, people are against us, God don't love us. And sometimes that's not the case, man. I mean, we do got haters. We do got people who don't want to see us succeed. And we do have people that like to try to intervene with what God got for us. But if something is really for us, then over time, it's gonna take place. But you can't keep knocking yourself down every time you don't have your way with the universe. Sometimes we just simply not in alignment with the things that we think we desire and we deserve. And you got to go a little harder. You got to put in a little bit more effort, or you got to wait a little bit longer. But that don't mean that it's not on the way. You just being impatient. You just seeing everybody else gain success and passing you by based on the way you are perceiving things. But in reality, it's the way you thinking. You feel like if you putting in all this time and this effort, if you praying, if you meditating, and you being obedient and all this, you think that every single thing is gonna go in your favor. But here's the catch. A lot of times when you are vibrating in that high energy and things don't go in your favor, it just means that it's not in your favor right now. It don't mean it's not coming. And a lot of us know that sometimes you have to go through tower moments, and sometimes you got to go through bad experiences before the big breakthrough take place. Sometimes you got to get mad enough, disappointed enough, and in some cases revengeful enough. Not to the point where you want to harm somebody, but to the point where you feel like you got to prove to yourself and show everybody that doubted you that you can make whatever happen that you've been trying to make happen for a while now. But like I keep saying, you have to get out your own way. You have to stop playing the blame game. You have to stop playing the victim. And the biggest one is don't give up. You got to see this thing through, whatever it is that you are focused on, that you have tunnel vision on, and that you done made up in your mind, body, soul, and heart, that you want to partake in and that you want to prosper and work for you. But thinking that everybody is against you ain't gonna do nothing but push opportunities away. Thinking that everybody is against you is gonna cause you to miss out on blessings. Thinking that everyone is against you is gonna make people not be attracted to you or become attracted to you, pick up on that energy and take their business or their interests elsewhere. And that's not what you want to do. You want to vibrate in a vulnerable energy, but not a vulnerable energy of stupidity. A vulnerable energy of understanding that everything is not always about you, even though you are always the only person in the room. Because just as well as you reflect the Most High, everybody else in existence reflect one another as well. So we have to learn how to work together. We have to learn how to develop great and successful and sustaining relationships and bonds with people that matter and that can respect us in the same sense, knowing that we matter along with our ideas and our concepts. But like I keep saying, you have to get out your own way. And what I mean by that is speaking negativity over something before it even starts to evolve, or doubting yourself, or talking yourself out of a situation because things ain't moving quick enough for you. Like, you gotta pace yourself through, even if you gotta make you a vision board, even if you gotta write affirmations down, even if you gotta jot down notes here and there. Do whatever you got to do, but stop the overthinking. Do whatever you got to do, but stop the self-doubt and the self-criticizing. And stop letting what other people think of you have some kind of value or importance to you. I understand we all want everybody to like us or support our dreams or to understand where we're coming from, but some things just ain't for everybody, even though everybody can relate to almost everything. But you have to know what it is for you that works or that you want to work, and you also have to discover a way to make it work. That's why you got some people out there in the world that be like, fuck a plan B. We only sticking with plan A, because if you got a plan B, then you already preparing yourself to fail. When you only got plan A, there is no failing. There is no taking no for an answer. There is no just settling for whatever somebody give you or for whatever somebody tell you. You fighting versus flighting or frightened. We ain't being scared. That's where the frightened come in at, and we ain't running from what we want, which is where the flight come in at. We fighting for that thing, whether it's mentally, verbally, financially, spiritually. Like, the universe only know yes. So vibrating that energy of knowingness and being aware of how you and the universe are in a partnership, and dwell in that energy. And you have to have tunnel vision when doing so, because everybody ain't gonna like what you're doing, but people don't have power over you. You have power over yourself. So you got to consider this fact when you walking into a room. You have to command that everything work in your favor. You have to command that the energy around you be in alignment, and you have to command that what you coming there for is gonna proceed, and it's gonna become a thing of reality to you, because you're not taking no for an answer. And if anything that's in that room is against you, or not in alignment with what you have going on, or what you're speaking, what you're demonstrating, or how you feel, then so be it. You don't go against that. You don't speak negative against that. You create your own bubble around your own space, your time, space, and reality, and you remain on your frequency at all costs. And if it get too heated for you, instead of going against the grain, you remove yourself. You release that piece of attachment that you created to connect with whatever in the room that had value to you. And when you realize that it's not of value to you and it's not in alignment with you, you cut it off, just like you would do a job, just like you would do a friend, just like you would do a relationship. But you don't dwell in the energy of, dang, I can't believe they did that. Dang, I can't believe they was looking at me like that. How do they not like what I got to offer? You beating yourself up, trying to convince you that what you got going on is great, and people just don't like you. And in some cases, it's not always about people not liking you or what you got going on. It's just not for them. So instead of you dwelling on that, go find your audience. Go find your form of investors. Go find your form of support. Go find your avenue that you can dwell in and have a peaceful mind state versus being aggravated and frustrated. Because if that's what's going on, then whatever you trying to vibe on or vibe in, it's not for you. And that's what causes you to get in your way and start looking at yourself like you're a failure, or like you're wasting your time, or people just don't like you. There's too many people in the world and you haven't met all of them to even think that about yourself, especially if you thinking with a local mindset.